Finally TV, here it is, here we are. Remember, don't just dream, inspire. Don't just imagine, create, and just don't believe, achieve. That's the way it goes down right here on Finally TV. I am very happy and excited to bring you another interview on Voice of the Valley. Today I have a special friend and DJ on. Sir, introduce yourself.
Jim Diaz, aka DJ Flatline.
Yes, sir. DJ Flatline. Thank you for coming, sir.
Thank you for having me.
It's very fitting that I have you on, having known you for so long. You know, Mr. Diaz, DJ Flatline, actually was he like took me under his wing freshman year. Ray Martinez introduced me. Said, "Yo, take care of my boy."
Yep.
And you did. You introduced me to all the girls, introduced me to all the cool dudes, told me who to stay away from, you know. So always appreciated that, you know that.
Of course.
And now here we are talking, you know, you do what you love. I'm doing what I love. Finally TV's taking off, and now I got Flatline on, so I'm happy.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, man. So, you know, I know you really well, but we're going to let the people get to know you a little bit. So tell the people, where'd you come from and how long you been here?
From Peekskill, New York. I moved up here, I think, I started in ninth grade. Graduated in 91, so you can do the math.
Yeah. But you was in Peekskill, right? Because we had DLP on.
Yep.
And this is DLP, Dave Diaz's older brother Jim. And so you guys came from Peekskill and you moved up here. So you went right to J, right? That was
right to John Jay.
Right into Fishkill you guys were living, or Beacon?
Yep, in Fishkill at the time.
Nice, very nice, very nice. And we all know music is the passion here. But when did you realize that music was your passion?
I bought records all the time at a young age.
Yeah.
Had a huge collection of vinyl records.
Mm-hmm.
So, since I was a little kid, I've been doing that. And
gotcha.
Just one day I was like, how can I contribute to this music thing? And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to start doing parties.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine that used to do parties, and that kind of inspired me.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I started doing my own parties.
Got you.
Me and my brother used to throw the biggest parties. Almost every weekend. So
I remember. Remember TNT?
Of course.
The MTV cats that were in our school. They were like the most famous kids we had in the school. You know. And you were cool with them, right? I remember going in there, and you was.
Yeah, they still come out and see me.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they come see me DJ once in a while.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's what's up. Support.
Yes,
Subscribe. So, moving on from that, you say you got into music at a young age. You know, you're collecting records.
Yeah.
For all you youngins out there, yes, there are vinyl discs that you can buy, and you put it on a turntable and play it. And you used to have to lug them around in milk crates.
Exactly. I still have some of the milk crates.
I bet you do. We're going to talk about that. So how long would you say you've been pursuing, like, you realize, I want to DJ, do some parties. So right from that point, was it like 10th grade? You said, I'm going to be a DJ now?
The first party I DJ'd was 8th grade.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you came up here wanting to DJ and everything. Oh.
And, you know, it was kind of like, in the beginning, you know, I didn't really have the best equipment and stuff.
Right.
But then I started working on getting better equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, my parents hooked me up one holiday or birthday.
Yeah.
And, I just started putting my name out there, and anybody that was having a Sweet 16 in school or whatever, I just made sure I was DJing their parties.
Gotcha. And you just did it for the love, off the strength in the beginning, right?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Basically, I did a lot of free parties over the years.
Yeah, man. And then as you've progressed, and you know, I've seen it on Facebook and whatnot. You've started, like, you're like a regular DJ at a couple spots. You know, over the years you've been a regular DJ at a few spots. You know, name some of the clubs that you've been DJing at.
Well, right now I do mostly on Friday nights. I do the Vinyl Room.
Okay.
This is in Wappingers. That's the new spot.
Yeah.
I do the Bark and Frog in Beacon.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there for about 4 or 5 years now.
Okay. And that's when every
Saturday nights.
Saturday nights.
nights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do I remember you DJing at prior to that, though? Was it DBA back in the day?
Oh, it was Razzles before
Razzles,
DBA.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, Razzles. That's what it was.
That was one of my first big clubs that I did.
Yeah, we used to love that place.
Yeah, that was great.
That was the spot.
We used to make our little flyers up on pieces of paper and hand them out.
Yep. Show up.
Show up and get 300-400 people in there.
Yeah, man.
Good times.
I remember those Razzle days, man. They were good times in there, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, and I always felt special because I knew the DJ.
Just help me carry my records in, and you're in for free.
Yep.
That's how it works.
That's it, baby. That's it. Something I wanted to ask you is, you know, we talked about vinyl, and we know that the new wave is just digital and Serato and all these. When did you make the switch from vinyl to Serato?
I was late on
Okay.
it.
Yep.
I still was doing vinyl probably between 8 and 10 years ago. I was still doing vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
I was at Sidewinders, used to be in Fishkill there, near
Yep.
Walmart in that
Yep.
plaza.
Yep.
When I started DJing there, everyone was doing, at the time, I think most people were switching over to CDs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the CDJs.
Yeah, the CDJs, which
Yeah.
I use myself
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
I have my vinyl turntables, but
Yeah.
they need little repairs here and there.
Yeah, of course.
They're about 25 years old, so. But yeah, I was still doing vinyl then. I did a little vinyl, and I switched to the CDJs around then.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I was late on it
Yeah.
because I was like, I'm not switching this.
Yeah. It didn't feel real.
No, it didn't.
You know, it's like
And it
not
took
a real
some-
DJ.
Yeah, it took some time to get used to it.
Yeah.
And
But then the portability of it, right?
Yeah.
And just the ability to rock a show and just bring 2 speakers, a laptop, and a controller
it definitely made it easier.
to travel.
But I think if it was still vinyl, only vinyl, I think I would still do it. I do.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of people say that. They say, you know, oh, you don't have to carry crates no more.
Right.
Just take your laptop. Now they got the little DJ controllers, which is even smaller.
Yep.
It didn't bother me to do that because
Yeah.
I enjoyed it so much.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha. There's something about like an actual record, and you know, and I'll say this to the end, like there's no sound like an actual vinyl
No,
record.
There's not.
You know, even if you want to say, oh, the distortion or it's not as clean, but there's still not a sound like that.
That's what it's supposed to sound like.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, and I don't think it's that way for all media. Like, you know, I don't think that 8-track sounded good. It
No.
was just a big cassette tape. I mean,
Right,
that's all.
right,
That's
right.
all it was. You know what I mean? But vinyl, it sounds, you know, just like how a CD sounds so much cleaner than a tape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To me, the vinyl sounds so much more real and
Yeah.
raw.
And to be able to, you know, when you're DJing, to be able to like just feel the record and
Yeah.
stuff, and like
Yeah.
you're doing something.
Yeah.
You know.
I get that. I do get that because it's just the wave, you know, going from manual to digital.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It changes things. You know.
It's easier, but it's also easier for anybody to get music now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You could be 5 years old and have a song before the DJ.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it used to be that we used to have to go
Like
and
promotional
actually-
use only.
Yeah, you
know
had to
what I
go
mean?
look for music.
Yeah.
You had to find it. So
Yeah.
like when you dropped a song at a party or at a club
Mhm.
and you had that and no one else did, it was like, whoa, where'd you get that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I agree exactly. And then if you had the double, you were the man.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
If you had the double, you were the man.
Of course.
So we talked about, you know, music being early with you.
Yeah.
You know,
very early.
it was early. You know, young kid wanting to buy records and stuff like that. But where did that inspiration come from?
I guess, you know, my parents were always into music.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that inspired me a lot because,
Okay.
you know, my father always explained music to me,
Mm-hmm.
even mixing and stuff. He explained to me, and he never DJ'd.
Yeah.
You know, how
Blending.
with the beats, like, oh, well, try to always find something that goes, you know, with the same amount of beats per minute.
Mhm.
Stuff. He explained that to me at a young age. I
Yeah.
remember being young and remember that conversation.
Yeah.
And I just always liked music. I had a turntable at a young age.
Yeah.
You know, they used to sell records, 45s, and Caldors back in the day.
Yep.
Caldors.
Caldors.
Anybody remember that? Okay.
Yeah.
So I used to go in there, and I used to take my money and buy records.
Yeah.
And
Not toys, not
yeah,
clothes.
like I like buying records. I had crates of records at a young age.
Yeah.
And
so it's always been there.
Yeah, and hip hop music is my thing. So when that came out, and like I used to have this little, I remember it was a little white turntable. It was like plastic
with the thick plastic arm on it.
Yeah,
I had that. It was like red and white on the outside.
Like, I don't know if it was made by Fisher Price or what, but I had that, and like when I played 45s on it, and I would practice scratching. I had to be like 10, 11 years old. I was like scratching on these records, you know.
Yep. You're gonna ruin that record, Jimmy.
Yeah, like, no, not if you do it right.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we could talk about music and DJing for hours right now if we wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, so we're gonna switch speeds and we're gonna let the people know a little bit more about you and what you like to do. So if you're not DJing and being the family man that you are, what's a favorite activity for you?
Well, since I'm always with my family, when I'm not DJing, because they're very important to me.
Okay.
I mean, I just like doing things like outside. I think that's important. Playing basketball. Gonna try to do a wiffle ball tournament this year. Maybe not a tournament, but a day of wiffle ball, because we used to play wiffle ball all the time when we were younger.
Yep.
And I feel like that's kind of escaped everybody now with their phones in their hands and stuff.
Yep.
We used to go to my uncle's house, and he passed away last year. And
my condolences.
Yeah, he was really young, so we always played wiffle ball at his house.
Okay.
During the family barbecues. So I said I want to do a tournament or something like a donation thing, and I plan on donating that money to my aunt to help her out.
Okay, so that's noble.
Yeah, that's what I want to do this summer. I would like to do that.
Okay.
I like going shopping too.
Yeah. I
do.
You stayed wanting to look fresh.
Yeah, because my mother's a shopaholic. And living with her, half of my life, I just got used to shopping all the time. I like shopping. I don't mind shopping.
Okay, there you go. So, I was gonna ask a favorite sport. You mentioned basketball.
Yeah, I love basketball.
You still play?
With the kids once in a while.
Yeah.
They got better than me now, so now I don't know how that happened. But,
we ain't got old, man.
Yeah, my kids play good. So it's important to them.
Things creak and crack when I play now, you know what I mean? I walk a little slower the day after.
Yeah. My asthma kicks in. I'm like, whew.
Yeah, it's not only you.
Yeah.
You got a little Hispanic in you. There's something in there.
Yeah.
What's the favorite food for you?
Oh, of course, you gotta have pork and rice and beans. That's
Vanille, yes.
Vanille is my favorite. Yeah. That's my favorite food.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. My father is a master, and I OD on it every time.
I'm gonna have to come to his house and eat, because
he's still in that same house.
Yeah.
And here's a quick side note for that. I was 18 years old, maybe 17. Father went away to Puerto Rico for 2 weeks. So I set up a party in the in-between weekend because I was sure he wasn't going to be home and surprise me. And if I'm lying, I'm flying to the sky. I had the craziest 2-day party. Do you remember that? And you DJ'd both nights.
Actually, I do remember
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had the craziest 2-night party over there in Wabajas Falls. You would have thought we were in the middle of Manhattan, man. We had so many kids in that house, and I'm telling on myself right now. You know what I'm saying? But we had so much fun. I'll never forget. We set Jim up on in the room, like in this big empty basement room, and we put him up on a dresser. Remember that? Like you were way high over everybody, and we had him standing on something and DJing up there. We had the red light and the green light going on. Man. It was official house party right there. I mean that's a fond memory that I have.
I ratted myself out over the years too.
Yeah,
I let my mother. When our parents were. They divorced when I was probably 15, 16 years old. Yeah. So my mother, she was working all the time. We was at parties all the time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I was like, oh, by the way,
she
come home and like, what's this? This red stain on the rug from like juice or something spilled. I'm like, I don't know.
What wasn't me?
It wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. So.
Yep. I had to tell them that story because that story lives in me. You know, people talk about house parties and they're like, I threw a house party one time. You know what I mean? And it was good, you know. So have you gotten to travel abroad? Have you been able to get away from New York at all in your time?
I don't do too much traveling because I don't like flying.
So maybe it's a place around here. You know, what's a favorite place for you to go? You know, like where you feel, you know, peaceful. You feel like at a state of relaxation where, you know, your chi is at a maximum. Like where's that place?
I live in Beacon, so there's a lot of hiking to do around there and stuff. I like doing it. I don't do as much as I used to, but
like Mount Beacon and stuff.
Yeah, like taking walks or hikes and stuff.
Yeah,
you know, that's always been relaxing to me.
Yeah,
going near the river and hanging out.
Yeah, you
know, used to do that a lot when we were kids.
Yeah,
you know, growing up in Peekskill, we had the waterfront there. We used to go there like every night of the week.
Yeah,
you know, after dinner and stuff, we'd go hang out at the riverfront. You know, do things down there, ride bikes. You know, go to the playgrounds and stuff. So doing stuff like that, it's still fun for me. I'm like a big kid. So.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I'm such a water baby. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a Pisces, and I'm all about the water. You know,
I like the water.
I can sit by a river and just hear the water going, and you know, what's really interesting in that I'm learning with all of these Voice of the Valley interviews is that the most like creative people, and you know, all the people that are coming on here are creative. You know, even you're creative in the way, you know, you want to mix and blend, or a certain genre of music you want to play. You know, you're being creative with the playlist. You know, all of us creative people, we always seem to find solace outside somewhere. You know what I mean? Where it's quiet, where there's not a lot of people. You know, it's interesting how that works because I'm the same way. You know, like I might not like to hike and stuff, but like I say, if I could find a little running creek or something, and I could just sit there and just, you know, maybe pen something or jot down some thoughts. You know, I do my best thinking there.
I love, like, you know, I see like, and people like post pictures on social media like different caves they go to or waterfalls and stuff. Like I'm like, where is that?
Yeah,
like,
I want to check that out.
I want to see that.
Yeah,
I love that stuff.
Yeah. I was just up in Saugerties at Diamond Mills, the venue up there. Shout out Diamond Mills. But they got this beautiful waterfall there, man. You know, and it's I'm not sure if it's the Esopus River or maybe the Hudson. It's a decent sized body of water, and this waterfall is minimum 200-300 feet wide, you know, and it's just gorgeous. You know what I mean? I'll probably put a picture of it for the people to see, you know, but stuff like that. So I get you 100%, you know.
Yeah, rafting is fun.
Yes.
I haven't done that in probably like 15 years, but we went one time. It was, I think in Delaware River or something. Yeah, that was. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did whitewater rafting up in Esopus River coming down. That was fun. You know, that was fun. As we're moving on, has there been a pet peeve that you have that just sticks in your craw still, or is there a line of advice that you're living by nowadays that you want to share with the people?
Well, as the DJ side of it, like, you know, I've been DJing for 30 years now. Okay. I always try to mix up my music. Yeah. And the only way to stay relevant is to stay up, you know, with the new stuff too. So I do that. You know, I'll play the new stuff, but I always am known for playing the classics too. A lot of DJs don't do that. They just play what's on the radio and that's it. Right. And I don't do that when I DJ. So I do a lot of nice words, a lot of classic music. And then, you know, I have a younger audience too now because you got to keep building.
Keep teaching them. You know what I mean? Of course. You know, we that's why DJs like you exist, and, you know, Bill Skills out there.
Bill's nasty. That's my man.
You know, people that, you know the old school, appreciate the old school, and know that, you know, if it wasn't for that genre, the new stuff wouldn't exist. Of course. You know what I mean? And with that, I just keep it moving, like I say, you know. So you've been DJing 30 years.
30 years.
You know, you've done a couple shows along the way. You've done some pretty cool venues around the way. You've done a bunch of parties, obviously, and a house party, a special one. Special house party. We did it. You know, but aside from that, or rather, taking that into consideration, has there been a time where you were made to feel like a star, like you felt famous for a moment in time?
There's been there's been a couple of times that really made it feel that way.
Yeah, talk about it.
I always feel good about myself because I do get a lot of love from the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I say I'm doing a gig somewhere, it's usually really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not always all good. It can't be. I
Right.
DJ every single weekend.
Right.
That's
right.
a lot of DJing.
Right.
So sometimes, you know, you might have a slow week here and there, but the people make me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times at the end of the night when I'm done and I say, like, this is the last song, I see you next week, I have people applaud me and everything.
Yeah.
I'm chilling with DJ Flatline right now.
So the people make me feel
Like a star.
semi-famous around here. You know,
Yeah.
I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
But I can name one thing that made me feel really good about myself.
Tell us.
A couple years ago at Vassar College, they do the throwback
Yeah.
jam every year outside on the lawn. Nice and Smooth was there. I was having a conversation with Greg Nice. Yeah, Greg Nice. I was talking to him. We're talking like 20 minutes just about hip-hop music and stuff. He was like, yo, you're really cool. You don't seem like, you know, you want to talk to me because of who I am. You
Yeah.
want to talk about hip-hop.
Yeah.
And then when we're on stage performing, when he wasn't rhyming his verses, he was going
DJ
flatline. I'm like, yo, Greg Nice is on stage saying my name.
Yeah, record this.
I'm like, this is incredible.
Yeah, that's great.
That was
Yeah,
the greatest time of my life.
Yeah, that would have made me feel good too. I ain't gonna lie, man. That would have made me feel good too. So, a very important part of Voice of the Valley is, you know, the exposure and getting new eyes on you.
Yeah.
Or maybe even there's people out there who we went to high school with that are, you know, subscribed now and they haven't seen you in a while. Here he is. You know what I mean? You know, we gotta tell the people where to find you now, and let them know what you got going on. So tell them social media, let them know where to find you and all that good stuff.
All social media is DJ Flatline 73. That's the year I was born, so they say. Use Instagram a lot and Facebook.
Okay. And Facebook, they can find you.
Yep, DJ Flatline 73.
Okay.
Same thing.
Okay.
Snapchat, same thing.
Okay.
Again, I DJ at the Vinyl Room. Friday nights usually.
Yep.
It's always posted and on social medias. And the Barking Frog on Saturdays. I do that
Gotcha.
almost every Saturday night
Okay.
in Beacon.
Okay.
So
How late these venues going to?
like 1 or 2 o'clock now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we close earlier.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it here. Voice of the Valley. I'm Gabriel. He is DJ Flatline, Mr. Jim Diaz. I'm very happy to have had you on the show because, again, I've known this gentleman since I was a freshman in high school and looked out for me from day one. I'm returning the favor every day just by liking, sharing. I'm trying to get out to an event soon. I want to get out there and just be able to shake hands on the spot,
We'll get you out there.
We got to get out there. We'll get the camera out there, get the
Yeah.
people out there.
You do that.
You know, but I want to say thank you. You know,
Thank you.
what I've been doing too now is telling everybody, you know, right to their face, you know, while you're alive, while you're breathing, you know, we appreciate you.
Thank
You know, keep it going, man. You know, even though you may not hear it all the time or see it in the support, you know, they might be taking you for granted, but just know that there's an appreciation, at least from this side of the table, that says, man, Jim stuck with it, you know, and he's still DJing.
That's always a good feeling too. you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people that have known me for many years,
Mhm.
and if they were gone for a while and they come back and they're like, I can't believe you still do this.
Yeah, yeah,
It's always a good feeling.
Yeah,
That's why
man.
I still do it.
yeah, for the love.
You
It's
keep dancing, I'll keep playing music.
I like that. Keep dancing, it'll keep playing music, baby. That's how we doing it right here on FinallyTV. It's Voice of the Valley. He's DJ Flatline. I am Gabriel, and we out. One.